everybody, welcome to Push Along Videos. My name is Eric and today we're looking at Shakespeare. Shakespeare is a 2015 release by Ystari Games and I think it's distributed in the US by Asmodee. So this is a 1 to 4 player game. It's by designer Hervé Riegel. I've not played any of his other games yet. This is the first of his games I've played. This is a 1 to 4 player game. It plays about 20 to 90 minutes as it states on the box here. So I guess the 20 minutes is for one players. But I think it borders around 60 minutes or so, depending on the number of players that you have. So this is an action selection game. Alright, there are certain number of actions that players will have each turn, and then they'll each take one action. Players will alternate taking one action per turn, and then after that, once all players have taken all their actions, and then we move on to the next phase of a particular round. And there are 6 rounds in the game. There's a scoring round in both the 4th round and the last round of the game, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win the game. So let's take a look at the components of Shakespeare, how to play the game, and my thoughts about the game. So this is what you get in the game of Shakespeare. Alright, there's a main board where a lot of the tracks will be there. There's also the score track, the prestige track is what it's called. Alright, and then this is where all the different resources are available for players to get as well. There's also a round marker track here. Right, it's denoted by this pawn, so after every round you just keep moving this. At the 4th round and the 6th round, as I mentioned, there's a scoring round at the end of that round. Okay, these are different acts. So it's Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. You can think of them as different tech tracks in a way, progression tracks in a way, because they'll if you are behind, you'll be having negative points, but as you progress forward, you'll be getting other benefits as well. Then each player will also have their own player board, as you can see here. Alright, it's all identical. Alright, it also gives them 4 actors to begin with. Alright, the Queen, Shakespeare, and this is the actor, and this is a costume or set designer. Alright, and then you have a stage here. This is where you will create your set. Alright, for the play that you will be putting up for the Queen, and then there's a ambience track here, right, which may swing towards not very good ambience towards the brighter ambience, so like swing to the dark side or the light side in a way, to quote a Star Wars reference. Alright, there are also other components. So these are stage. These are for the stage. So when you want to build your stage up, these are the components for that, and these are the costumes. So the actors, alright, or even the Shakespeare itself, you can actually put costume on them. So these are the little circles, so these are the discs that you can put on them as well. Alright, so all in all, the components are quite standard, quite good quality, nice thick cardboards. Nice. Each player also have these cylinders. These are action cylinders that can use to determine how many actions they have in a particular round. Alright, and then also, there are secret objective cards. So these are secret objective cards that you have, which will give you some endgame scoring at the end of the game if you have them. And then there are actor cards. So let me remove these first. And then these are the actor cards. So these are different actors that they have, and they are quite interesting because, for example, you have King Lear, and then you have Romeo and Juliet, you have Hamlet. Alright, so the character cards, most of them will have this is the salary that you need to pay at the end of the game. This is the action benefit that you get when you activate the actions. And then if they are actors, you can dress them up, and then they'll give you a certain benefit if they are fully dressed. On the flip side, you can also hire extra. So they have no benefit, you do not need to pay their salary, and they only give you marginal benefits if you fully clothe them. Alright, so this is double-sided, double usage. Okay, so how do you play the game? Now, each round is divided into a series of phases. So the first phase is wager. So players will take the action tokens they have in their hand, right? Then they'll bid a certain number a number in their hand, closed fist. Once everybody has selected, they'll review. So this is the number of actions that I will be using for this particular round. Whoever has the lowest number of actions will go first, and if there's a tie, then whoever is in this turn order, in this turn track will break ties. Alright, so if you are going first, you immediately get 1 point. Alright, so you move out by 1 point. Right, 3rd, 2nd, and 4th do not get any extra points. So once everybody has done that, we'll go to recruitment and activation. So using these actions, in this phase is where you can consider it the action phase. You do most of the actions in this phase. You can either use one of these tokens to put on one of the characters that you have to activate actions. For example, I put it here, I activate this action. Or you can use your recruitment card to recruit one of the actors available. So there will always be two characters per player visible for you to select to recruit from. Okay, so I can recruit any of these characters. If I want to recruit, for example, if I want to recruit this character, I'll just take my recruitment card, place it there to show people that I've already recruited this turn, and place this character in front of me. Now this character is available for me to use the actions right now. So that's all. What are the different actions you have? So for example, for this case, it allows me to take costumes up to 6 in total value. So for example, I can take the 3 and the 3, or the 5 and the 1, or the 4, 1, 1. Alright. So once you take the costume, you immediately place them into your actors. Alright. So this is how you. So if I take some of them, I'll place them into here. Alright. Once the actor is completely full, that means fully clothed. Alright. You will get a certain benefit. Let me show you the benefit. Alright. Depending on the sum value of the costumes that you put, you get certain benefits. So if your sum value is only 6 or 7, you get 2 coins. Alright. If you get 8 or 10, you get 1 coin and 1 point. Alright, prestige. So anything that looks like a candle is a point. If you get 11 to 12, you get 2 points. If you get 13 to 15, you get 3 points. Alright. What are some other things that you can do for actions? So in this case, for example, you can get either a costume and or a set for up to a value of 4. So I could get, for example, I could get 1 and 3 in this case. Alright. If you get any of the set tokens, you merely place them onto your player board. Alright, now the interesting thing about this is you have some pre-built already, like so. If you manage to cover any of this, you get 1 point. And the way you build up is, imagine you're building up a tower of bricks. Right, so if I put it here, I cannot build this next one here. I will need to have another one here before I can put one more here. Alright, and the thing about this is, another interesting thing is that you need to be symmetrical. So if I put a green here, next time I must put another green here. Alright, I cannot put any other color here. And each of the tiles also have certain benefits. So for example, for this case, for the green one, you get a +3 token, which you can add on to any of the costume makers to give it a higher value later on. Goals are wilds. Alright, this is a wild tile you can put anywhere you want. But to get this particular tile, you need to have a specific character that allows you to take gold tiles. Alright, you cannot just claim it as one of the normal things. Alright, the number 2 will give you 1 coin. The number 3 is interesting because it lowers the ambience of every other player. So if you take this, every other players will need to move their ambience token down by 1. Okay, and the thing is, if no one takes this at the end of the round, everybody else will get a penalty of -1 ambience. Alright, if you take the 4, this will increase your ambience up by 2. Okay, and yeah, so that is the action recruitment activation. If you have no more actions left, then you must pass and wait for the other players to finish. Alright, after everybody has done, we do the ambience phase. So in the ambience phase, depending on where you are on the ambience track, you will get certain benefits. So if I'm here, I'll remove 1 point. If I'm here, I'll need to go down. Any of the feathers will relate to these X here. You can see the feathers here. So if I'm here, I need to move down one of my feathers track by one space. If I'm here, I get 1 coin. If I'm here, I can get to move any one of my feathers at the X up by 1 space, and I get 1 point here. So why are the X important? Because during the scoring phases, they will trigger scoring, and then you get either negative points or you get a certain benefit. Next, we talk about the next phase is dress rehearsal. So that only occurs in round 4 and round 6. Right? What happens then? First, you check you have any fully clothed actors, because they'll give you benefit. For example, if I had Juliet and she has all the costumes available, she'll give me one. I can move up the rate act by 1 space. So in this case, act 1, I can move up 1 space. Alright, so if I'm here, I'll move up 1. If I'm here, I'll move up 1 space, like so. Right, we all start here. Okay. If I had someone else, for example, if I had Lady Macbeth, fully, all the costumes are available. I get to move one space from all of the acts. So Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, and move on space. So this is very powerful to do so. Then next, you check all the acts and resolve them. So for example, in the different acts, they'll give you different benefits. So in this act, let me remove this. Right, in this act, for example, if anyone's in this space, you minus 1 point. If you reach here, you get 1 coin. You reach here, you get 3 coins. If you reach here, you get 5 coins. If you're second act, anyone in this space will minus 1 point. Whoever is the furthest ahead will get 2 points. Second ahead will get 1 point. Ties are resolved by whoever went there first. And then if you are for Act 3, if you're anywhere here, you get minus 1 point. If you're here, you get 1 point. Here you get 2 points, and here you get 3 points. All right, and that's for only for round 4 and round 6. The next phase is maintenance. So in maintenance, you all the character cards that were not hired that turn will be discarded away. You have new character cards. All the costumes that were not taken will be discarded. All the acts that were not stage acts were not taken will be discarded. You replace with a new one. The last phase of the round is resting. So you will take a number of tokens equals to the number of action tokens that you bid that particular turn minus 1. So if I bid 3, I'll only take 2 tokens. And I'll need to place these rest tokens on any of the 3 characters that I have activated that turn. So for example, if I activate this one, and this one, alright, I'll need to take 2 of my rest tokens and place them where I need to. So for example, places here and places here. Then I'll take back all my action tokens. Right, and that's the end of one round. This will mean that for the next round, these 2 characters I cannot activate again. I'll need to wait for one more. They need to rest for 1 round before I can activate them again. All right, and then so that's the end of 1 round. Then you move the token to the next round, and then you start everything again. The bidding, the activation actions, check the ambience. If it's a 4th or 6th round, you do a rest rehearsal, then you do a maintenance, and then you rest. Right, and so that is how you. So at the end of the game, you do scoring. You do all the scoring. You see how whoever has the highest points will win the game. So that's it. That's how you play Shakespeare. Let's go to my thoughts about the game. So what I think about the game. I'm not too sure about the game. I've seen certain reviews. Some people really like it a lot. But for me, it kind of fell flat in a way. And I can't really pinpoint why. One reason could be because of the low scoring game. I mean, I've played several low scoring games before and I like them, but for this particular case, there is a lot of effort to get yourself out from the rut to be able to start scoring points. The Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 tracks, already at the beginning of the game, you're already having negative points, and you need quite a lot of efforts to actually push them ahead so you do not get any negative points. And that to me kind of feels like we're all already at a deficit at the beginning of the game, and that kind of directs you towards, I need to definitely push my Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 out. If I don't do that, I'm already scoring minus 3 points at the start of the game. And if I don't do that at all, at the end of the game, I'm minus 6 points. So even though we start at 5 points at the start of the game, I need to put in some effort to manage the acts. So I felt that kind of pushed you towards that. Hiring actors and then dressing it out, that's fun for me. So I felt that maybe if they remove the act part, that might be an interesting thing, to have the actors dress up and then you put on a play. So a bit like Colosseum, in a way where you need to get the right actors and you set up the stage, the right props and stuff like that, and you score points if you can do that. So I felt that if it removed the acts, that might have been better, or if you do not have negative points at the beginning, so you just have 0 points. So it's up to you to whether you want to improve the writing skills, for example, and then you get points. If you don't want to do that, you can still focus on creating a good stage and dressing out your actors. That also should give you some benefits. So maybe that was one of the reasons why it felt a bit. It didn't feel as good as some of the other Euro games I play. Don't get me wrong, I really do like Euro games, but for this particular Euro game, it just kind of felt a bit flat. In a way, the low scoring kind of feels a bit downer as well, because it's a lot of effort just to score 1 point. All right, like the ambience track, a lot of things can be swung in a certain way, and you need to work hard to get ambience up so that you can actually score 1 point for that particular round. 1 point. So that kind of feels a bit strange for me. The amount of effort to the points ratio is a bit off for me. The art is very nice. You can see that, like, for example, Lady Macbeth and stuff like that is all pretty nice. So you can think it's pretty fun for me to be able to count. Oh, I have this acting that has this certain abilities. This play that has this certain abilities. This certain actors that are there. But at the same time, because you are mostly concentrating on these little bits, like this little stage and this little costumes, you can kind of ignore the overall theme of the game as well, because you are focusing on this little small points and not necessarily the overall big thing about the whole thing. Oh, I forgot to mention, at the end of the game, you must also pay salary for the game. If you do not pay salary, you get negative points as well. So those, again, there's so many penalties to the game, and there's not enough rewards for the game if you do really well. It's more like you need to do really well to just be able to survive or score a bit more than your opponents. If you do really well and you get a huge amount of benefits, then I guess that's a bit more exciting for me. But right now it's more like there's a lot of punishment. If you just do average, you still be penalized, but only a little bit less than your opponents. So I would say that this is a try before you buy. It might be controversial because I know a lot of people like it a lot, but for me, at least, it's a try before you buy. Thanks to Asmodee for this review copy, and thanks for watching.